Hello, this is TechMan88, and this is just a video response to Maizuma Games' new thing. It's a way to play an animation using the same thing that he invented, I think. So I'm just using the things that he already put in himself. So it's just going to go through the alphabet like this, and this would be a way to play an animation. And I guess you could make this as wide as you wanted it. I think there's a limit on height just due to this design. But I think that would be a pretty cool application. So I just made a few changes to make this happen. One thing is I just have these observers up here to reset the system. So it's going to start kind of like this, where the redstone blocks are powering these repeaters, and then I'll do a tick freeze. Then I can run this tick step like 20. Okay, so do another step. So when it pushes up the next set of these, it's going to switch this to a pass-through mode. So it's going to take the outputs from the last one. So as you do this, it's just going to keep sending more and more of the animation up to the front, the display over here. So if I unfreeze it, you can see all this data passing through these repeaters, and yeah, that just gets passed up to this the display up here. So yeah, there's not much to this. Another thing I changed is I changed these all to 2-tick repeaters because the comparators were blinking a whole lot. I've got a command where I can just replace all of them at once. So if I switch these all to 1-ticks, then now when I run the animation, it's going to be blinking a whole lot, and it's actually a whole lot more laggy when you do it like this, because it's also trying to operate the display at that rate, but also just all these blinking things happening along here. So yeah, these fill commands are really nice for something like this. Yeah, that's 2. Now I run it. Yeah, so they're all 2 now. Then I can also change the bottom ones. That's going to control the speed of the animation. So I can switch to running it even faster than I did. And that's the reset. I'll just run that now. And I can kind of keep up. It's actually not running at 1 tick because there's also this delay that it takes for the signal to get up here. So I think 3 redstone ticks is the rate it's running the animation. But yeah, I found that maybe a delay of 3 on these would be good. The display isn't totally fast, and it's got these pistons, so there's a limit how fast you can run it. But I didn't want to get into trying to tweak the display as well. It's just mostly about this concept of using it to play an animation, because I can't see myself really using a typewriter, but displaying an animation for some purpose, I don't know, a left arrow blinking, or I don't know, a left arrow moving to the left or something. Who knows? But I think that could be kind of neat. So another way you could use this maybe is to run different animations. So I've got it set to the first animation, the total animation, and I can run it again. But yeah, let's say I just wanted to run part of the animation, then I could just reset the back half of it and leave these in their pass-through state where the blocks are in front of the solid blocks are in front of the repeater. So now it's going to start at 6. Then it should just go through the rest of the animation. And there is a delay when the signals actually get up here. But that's kind of unavoidable for this sort of design. Maybe I'll try and follow these along so you can see the process. So I'll reset it again. I think that's one of the coolest things about this. So yeah, it plays the animation in this order. But then when I come to this part, you can see the blinking lights follow me along. Can do that again. You'll have to pay close attention to actually see that. But yeah, that's the animation moving up to the front. So to finish this video off, I'm just going to run it in slow motion so you can see once more how it's working. So this comes out pretty fast, that pulse. And then these are the signals getting passed to the front, to the display area. And I think they come in at about 2 ticks for each frame of the animation. I'm not really sure. I don't really care. This isn't really my project. This is Maizuma Games' project. And I think he might have some ideas of his own, and I didn't want to steal his thunder or anything. And yeah, I think there's some of his stuff would be a good way to improve this, like a way to like have this part of the animation start first. Or like have some sort of encoding scheme to play different parts of the animation. And yeah, you could also use like instant wire to make some of this stuff faster, so you could play the animation faster. But there is going to be a certain amount of minimum delay because you've got all the signals having to pass through all this stuff to get to the front if the animations are stored way towards the back. But if they're towards the front, then they'll be able to get to the display quicker. Not so much lag. But yeah, I think this general concept is pretty neat for storing all this information in a relatively small space. This is only a 50 frame animation because there's 50 characters that he made in his device, and I didn't want to expand that. And I'll just, I guess, do the full animation again at normal speed. Yeah, I have it set to super fast mode. I'll go back to slower mode. I'll go to the maximum slowness mode. Tedious resetting this every time. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, thank you for watching the video, and goodbye.